The Story of an Ice Cube by Sophia. Hello, I'm Icy the Ice Cube. This story is going to tell you the phases I went through as an ice cube. It all starts in the fridge. Phase 1 is when I was taken out of the freezer. The freezer is a very cold place, and outside of the freezer is usually not very cold. It's room temperature, unless it's winter. But that's not what we're focusing on. What we're focusing on is what happened when I was taken out of the freezer. What happened was I melted. So, what happens when a solid turns into a liquid, or the transition is called melting, is the molecules are going from vibrating, because in the solid they're very tightly packed together, to being able to kind of slide past each other a little in a small space, and they have a little more space than they did in the solid. Phase 2 is when I had to turn from a liquid to a gas. So, once I was done melting, I turned into water. So to become a gas, the water that I had turned into had to be placed into a pot, in this case, this tin pot. So, after I was put in it, the stove was turned on to high, and I was heated. Well, then, I boiled, of course, and then, I started evaporating. I boiled and evaporated, and then, by vaporizing, I turned into a gas. And when a liquid turns into a gas, the molecules go from kind of sliding against each other to just bouncing off each other, because there's more space in a gas than there is in a liquid. Phase 3 is when a gas turns into a liquid. So, when a gas turns into a liquid, the molecules go from bouncing off each other to just moving around and kind of sliding past each other. But our question basically is, how does a gas turn to a liquid? Well, it happens by, it can happen by many things, but one of the things is coldness. Because in my house, there was the AC, and the AC was quite cold. And then it made the gas cold, and then it turned into a liquid. Phase 4 was when I turned back into an ice cube. Yay! Finally, I get to be myself again. Well, we gotta know how that happened. First of all, let me tell you what the transition is called: freezing. Now, when a liquid turns into a solid, it goes from just sliding past each other to just vibrating in a small place. And then, when they vibrate in a small place, that is a solid. So, I was in my cup, my cold little cup, and I was placed in the freezer. And then, guess what? I turned into an ice cube. Yay! Phases are freezing, evaporation, boiling, and condensation. Credits. Credit to Google Images for the photos I used of the ice cube, freezer, etc. This is my science class, period 1, and my name is Sophia. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this small little show.
You bet I did.